Welcome back to a new episode of Schlachheim Stories. In today's episode, I'll show you the start of the new U2 line, and of course, I'll also show you the progress of the latest speed builds and the latest progress. And later, I'll announce the new U1 ride in the winter edition with a little hunt during the ride. Stay tuned to see what you can expect there. Let's start with the new U2 line. We begin at the main station, where the two inner tracks are used by the U1 and the two outer tracks by the U2. Looking at the map, we can see that I have already started work on 5 new stations, 3 to the west and 2 further east. The stations and a few tunnels are not yet complete, but as soon as they are, you can look forward to a new cab ride. Then we'll start here in the western part, where the two lines separate. You can see that the design has changed slightly, but the shape has remained the same. I'm using slightly darker colors and cleaner textures, which gives it a newer, more modern look. After reaching speeds of up to 80 kilometers per hour in a short section, we arrive at our first new stop, Am Rathaus. Translated, this means at the town hall. As the name suggests, this is our future town hall, located on Comediansplatz. The S-Bahn station for the square is also nearby. Up here, of course, there will be Schlachheim Town Hall and a large square for markets, festivals, and more. It may take a while before we get there. If you don't want to miss out on how we build the square, subscribe to the channel and join us. After seeing an unfinished station, we continue with one that is finished, namely Tor der Freiheit, or translated Gate of Freedom. The station design is based on the actual gate above the station. We have 3 entrances on this side and a wider platform than usual for higher capacity. Since the subway cannot transport huge crowds, of course, there is another S-Bahn station here called Liberartat. And if you want to see how I built this new subway station, feel free to watch my behind the build video. On the way to the last newly planned stations, we come to the first U2 depot. Here we have space for a total of 6 complete trains. The depot has a similar layout to that of the U1, but here it also features the new design for the U2. After 450 meters, we arrive at Schlachheim Stories, the last station for the time being. This station, which is still under construction, is also 2 blocks wider than usual because it offers connections to the S-Bahn and regional transport. You can also see that it continues further west. However, I'm not really satisfied with that section yet, so it will be added later. The current plan is to finish building up to Schlachheim Stories first and then add the rest, just as we did with the U1. Now that I've shown you all the new features of the U2 from the west, let's continue eastward. Here we'll use the new tunnel design again, but only with a 60 kilometers per hour exit. Then we'll take a long curve to reach the second diagonal station in Schlachheim. This station does not yet have a name, and it still looks quite empty above. The future will tell what will be built here. Feel free to make suggestions if you have any ideas for the future. Then we continue with another curve to the second depot of the U2. The special feature here is that this time the sidings are on the outside. There is space for a total of 4 complete trains, as well as the option of changing tracks. This allows trains to move from the sidings onto the correct track, as well as changing tracks in the event of construction work or disruptions. Because the 2 main tracks are now in the middle, the platforms at the next stop are on the outside. Of course, we try to avoid this in order to make it easy to change trains and to have only one main entrance and elevator. But in this case, it gives us a great advantage. After this stop, the U2 will travel up above the city, just like the U1. There, it is advantageous to have the 2 tracks next to each other, as they take up less space and it is easier to build new switch connections. But as you can see, there is no entrance yet, as I am still in the planning stage. But you can look forward to it, as we still need a large depot and a workshop for the Schlachheim subway. Now that you know all the latest news about the new U2, we can move on to the progress above Schlachheim. In the last speed builds, we expanded the Fishcraft site and built several new buildings, such as offices, a hotel, a shopping center, and a Vero supermarket. We also completed the park with a small market and an active sports area. Now that it's December and getting colder, snow has reached Schlachheim. The market in the park has been transformed into a Christmas market, and a few buildings, such as the shopping center, Fishcraft Work, and the subway line, have been decorated for Christmas. Since we have built a lot of commercial properties and are gradually moving further away from the city center, it was time for a larger apartment block. As you can see, I have already extended the streets to the Kopernikusstrasse subway station and built 2 entire apartment blocks, which you can of course see in the Speed Builds playlist. Each building has its own charm and function. Of course, most of them are just apartments, but there are also little things to discover here, such as another small Vero supermarket or a brick burger restaurant. In addition, there are more shops and restaurants down here that have not yet been given their own names. This will of course follow so that Schlachheim will have its own brands for supermarkets, restaurants, banks, clothing stores, and more. These 2 large apartment blocks are followed by 2 smaller areas. As you can see, one will have another apartment block, which has already been partially started. And on the other side, I'm honestly still thinking about it. My current idea is to have a beautiful museum here, consisting of 2 separate buildings, but still connected by a bridge. I will, of course, keep you up to date, and I welcome your ideas in the comments. Since I'm building right next to the subway line, I still want to build in width. That's why I built this avenue, which is also Kopernikusstrasse. Here we have the opportunity to get to Steingarten Station. On the other side, south of the Fishcraft Work, we head towards the city center. Because we are building close to the mountains here, we need a rise and a kind of small panoramic road. I know you can hardly see the road because of the snow, but there will be more residential buildings here along the road, which will then complete the section between Fishcraft Work and the mountains. Apart from that, I have finished building the bridge for the U1 here, so the route down to Fishcraft Work is now complete. The same goes for the route from Steingarten down at Novalienweg, which was also not finished in the last U1 cab ride. Feel free to check it out if you would like to take a ride through Schlachheim from the train driver's perspective. Or wait another week and you'll get the new U1 ride with all the new stations and as a winter edition. And as I announced at the beginning, there will be a little hunt during the new cab ride. You'll have the opportunity to find 10 hidden snowmen during the ride. Each one has its own color and difficulty level. Some are easier to find than others. All I can say is, I'm looking forward to the new ride next week and have fun searching. If you'd like to see more of the Schlachheim Stories format, like the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any new episodes. Thanks for watching, and I wish you all a wonderful December.